In a past video I showed us off-roading after installing a truss assembly. I ended up bending my tie rod while we were filming that, and I'm pretty sure it was on this obstacle here. So in this video I'm going to show you how to install a tie rod from rough country. So as you can see, the tie rod has got a pretty good bend to it. Right here, you can see where I've come down on a rock and it's hit the diff cover, and also right here. So we'll get this old one pulled off of there and get the new one on. So we'll get these old cotter pins out. I was trying to break the nut loose on this tie rod, but it never would seem to loosen up. I guess these dead bellows don't last forever. 20 years was a pretty good run.
No? I think my dead blows seen better days. What do you think? Nut that goes on that tie rod end is stuck. Like, it hasn't even turned off the cotter keyhole. So I'm going to cut it off. So I bought these new Moog tie rod ends. They're just factory style tie rod ends. Moog's a pretty good brand. I ordered on Amazon. I went to Amazon over the local parts store just because that's way cheaper for the exact same thing. These new tie rod ends require a 7mm wrench to tighten the fitting up into them. So go ahead and install those. The two jam nuts that came with the tie rod, we're going to go ahead and thread on our new tie rod ends. As you know, the tie rod ends from left to right have different threads. So the nut is, each nut is specifically designed to thread onto a specific tie rod end. Now we're going to thread our tie rod ends into our tie rod, and again, the end of the tie rod is going to be threaded specifically for a specific tie rod end, so you can't put the wrong end in the wrong side. As you can see, the new tie rod is way beefier than the old one.
It's pretty easy to tell which end is the inner tie rod and which is the outer tie rod. The inner tie rod will have the nipple on the side, and the outer tie rod will have the nipple on the end.
Just to see what kind of difference it would be between the new and the old tie rod, I weighed the old one, and it weighed 5.8 pounds, and then the new one weighed 10.6 pounds. So the new one was quite a bit beefier than the old one.
Okay, and now we're gonna tighten the nuts and put in the cotter pins.
You want to get the hole lined up and the tie rod set with the cutouts and the castle nut. Then install your cotter pin. That. And then bend it. And that just keeps your castle nut from ever being able to back off. And we'll lock down the jam nuts on either side. Call it good.
I just did simple home alignment with a tape measure just to get it close enough, but I barely drive this thing on the street, so it didn't have to be aligned perfectly.
Here it is, all assembled. Ready for the trails.
So anyways, that's how I installed the tie rod from Rough Country, and I guess we'll see over time how it holds up. Thanks for watching.